in this unit, we will talk about another function of language, which is very much practical and mostly used in common and day-to-day life, speech, especially the use of words can and cannot. You can see the power of word can, and you can see the power of word cannot. You notice that when you want to show some possibility, you are using word can. But when you want to say or show some impossibility, you use the word cannot. The word not indicate that it is impossible, right? So this is how you use these words. And here is an example of the use of modal verb can. There are some other modal verbs which also explains possibility and which clearly indicate that you are able to perform certain tasks and to which level and at which degree you may be able to perform them. So when we are talking about some possibility, we often use these modal verbs, the use of may, might, could. And these are three very popular. You have been using it since beginning. आपने अपने childhood में, अपने school में इन words को बहुत बार use किया. पहली sentence आपने वो सीखा, may I come in, and you are mostly there to look for the answer. Yes, you may, or you may be allowed. Yes, you are allowed, right? So this is how you are using word may. May basically used in present or future. दोनों में यूज होता है, प्रेजेंट और फ्यूचर में भी यूज होता है. एंड देयर इज समवन एट द डोर, इट मे बी सारा, राइट. अच्छा, अब पॉसिबिलिटी के हवाले से ही माइट को यूज किया जाता है. इट इज यूज्ड इन प्रेजेंट और इन फ्यूचर, राइट. मोस्टली इसमें यूज किया जाता है. एंड वी माइट go to the beach. Then use of could, that is has also been mentioned over here, and you notice that how you are going to use it, used in present or future. Okay, so this is how you can use possibility. Let's take a quick review of all those modal verbs which explains the possibility and future possibility, but they do not take s. They do not take s, right? In the third person, for example, notice use of may here. People may just read less nowadays. Use of might. Books might less expensive here. Then use of could. I guess some people could find grammar difficult. This is how you may say that these are certain possibilities, certain reasons. You are mentioning all these by using different modal verbs. Let's quickly take a review of all those expressions which explains and which express possibility and impossibility. Something is possible and certain if it is meaningful. Something that makes no sense and is meaningless is impossibility or uncertainty. Quickly take a view of these examples. Learners, we already had talked about different modal verbs which express these possibility and unpredictable situations. And these unpredictable situations, they are uncertain, that reflect uncertainty. So we are quite clear that there are two situations which are opposite to each other. One is possibility and certainty, and the other is impossibility and uncertainty, right? We are going ahead quickly to take a review, and I suggest to people to just take a screenshot of all the content that is over here, and you can practice it thoroughly. Here are two examples I will take. It is possible that I reach home in time for lunch, and impossible. It may not be possible as I may get late due to some office emergency. So you have noticed how you are expressing impossibility and uncertainty. Here is another talk from a Pakistani politician, Mr. Hussain. He's talking about possible peace plans between India and Pakistan. So let's talk about all these possible peace plans, और ये peace plan जो है they are basically related to all those possibilities between India and Pakistan over the issue of Kashmir, right? You can notice number of such model verbs which may depict that these are all showing some possibility, right? Directly you are using word possible and impossible, no doubt, but you're using some model verbs. You can highlight here and you will see that how you are using different model verbs to express like, but these options seem impossible, right? Directly you are using them. Then we are going ahead. We go down. You will see that there are we may use of may when you are not at all sure about any situation. You need certain consensus over, then you are saying may, right? So these are different situations which may interpret and which may express the state of possibility or impossibility, right? We are continuing with the use of all these possibilities is to turn the line of control between India and Pakistani Kashmir into an international border. However, such a plan would be impossible and unacceptable both to Pakistan and to many Kashmiris living on either side of the line of control, right? अच्छा इसके बाद हम आगे चलते हैं और आपने नोट किया कि इसमें वो सब के सब जो मॉडल वर्ब्स हैं which express possibility or impossibility आप उसको मेंशन कर रहे हैं आई सजेस्ट यू कि आप इसको प्रैक्टिस करें ये बेसिकली उसी टॉक का ही फर्दर एनालिसिस है कि रिलीजियस सेग्रीगेशन के हवाले से जो भी बहुत बात हुई है उसमें कैसे जो है मॉडल वर्ब्स को यूज किया गया है इन ऑर्डर टू शो द पॉसिबिलिटी और इम्पॉसिबिलिटी so these are the expressions which are really very useful for you people to practice and rather they help you out in explaining your agenda. If you talk about possibilities, I will pick only two. You can rather take a screenshot and practice all. There are many possibilities under consideration that can help solve the long-lasting dispute between India and Pakistan, right? So use of the word can, right? Can help. और इसके बाद है नेक्स्ट में आप इसमें से देखिए वन ऑप्शन और पॉसिबिलिटी टू टर्न द लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल बिटवीन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तानी कश्मीर इनटू एन इंटरनेशनल border. Then another possibility would be a plebiscite, which would give Kashmiris the choice of either Indian or Pakistani rule. So you notice how the different phrases they have been used. The use of possibility along with model verbs that emphatically point out the possibility or impossibility, and it is a strong expression of possibility and impossibility. I'm sure that all these expressions of possibility they help you out understanding the situation. Here we talk about impossibility. Let's have quick discussion about the situation where you are leading towards the state of impossibility and you have to explain it thoroughly. So just take a quick review. It seemed impossible to be accepted by various players. Some are uncertainties because it is not at all possible. Okay, you are going ahead. Such a plan would be impossible and unacceptable. It is very strong. It is really very strong expression which say a complete, a thorough no to many things, right? We are going ahead and there are some quotable quotes out of all the content. I would like to share all the stuff from more close quarters so that you may get the better idea. You may get the better idea related to all those quotes which are extremely rather useful. Impossibilities are merely things which we have not yet learned, right? The possibilities are unlimited as long as you are true to your life's purpose. So, you already are familiar with all these quotes. ये कोर्स जो है ये आप रूटीन में पॉसिबिलिटीज के हवाले से सुनते रहते हैं और समझते भी रहते हैं और इनको समझना जानना जरूरी है फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द फंक्शन ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटी एंड इम्पॉसिबिलिटी. So we can express possibility and impossibility in various ways. For example, we can be very sure and certain. We cannot be really sure, and it's like 50-50. And at times we are very little sure and we know that it is not possible. So, how can we express possibility and impossibility in its various degrees? So, yes, the situation is that you are 50-50. Like either you are not at all either possible, rather probable about something, and you are not at all even unsure about anything, then how to say certain things? Then you will say you will use degrees of certainty. For example, very certain are use of use of certain modal verbs, especially use of could, राइट। अच्छा, जो बहुत हाई लेवल की सर्टेनिटी है उसके लिए आप क्या वेरी का वर्ड यूज करते हैं, विल यूज करते हैं, ठीक है। और लाइक इंटरमीडिएट सा जब आप लाइक या आप जो साइट पे आपको एक नजर आ रहा होगा, डिग्री नजर आ रही होगी सर्टेनिटी की, रेड बार जो है दैट इज शोइंग कंप्लीट सर्टेनिटी, राइट। एंड हाफ बार शोज दैट इट इज somewhat somewhat in the middle. You have been fallen somewhat into the middle of the scene. So this is how you can say you are using differently. We are going ahead. Degree of certainty is somewhat certain, and you use could, you use might, you use may, right? और आगे अगर डिग्री ऑफ सर्टेनिटी उससे भी जब कम हो जाती है तो फिर आप क्या यूज करते हैं वर्ड्स, might not or unlikely, right? So this is how you are using certain model words to form phrases or those sentences which express possibility or impossibility. So guys, finally quickly practice certainty, possibility, probability, and certainty with positivity. Let's practice. First, she cannot be in France. Okay, if you want to be a bit possible, a bit probable, you will say she will be in France now, right? And you are certain she must be in France now. Next is she could not be in France. She could be in France because the person is not sure possibilities there. Probability, she should or ought to be in France, right? Use of should or ought to be. And then if you go ahead towards more certainty, you say she must be in France, right? So you notice different modal verbs they have been utilized, right? For making present and for making past tenses, right? And use of most popular modal verbs here are can, could, may, should, will, must have been. I hope so. The discussion here have been pretty clear to everyone. Thank you.